Some mornings you don't even need a mirror. You can feel that your hair has less lift than it used to. It's softer at the roots. It doesn't quite rise the way it did a few years ago, and no amount of brushing seems to change it. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Almost every woman I talk to over 60 describes the same quiet shift in her hair. But here's the part that often gets overlooked. Your hair isn't giving up. It's simply changing, just like your skin, your energy, your routines. And once you understand those changes, getting fuller, lifted volume becomes so much easier than you think. Today, I'm going to show you simple, realistic strategies that genuinely work for thinning hair after 60. Some give you immediate lift, others help your hair behave better over time. But together, they can make your hair feel alive again. And make sure you stay until the end, because the last tip is one of the most effective, yet almost no one over 60 is using it. Welcome to Glow After 60, where your beauty evolves and your confidence keeps rising. Tip 1. The one haircut that instantly creates volume. Most women over 60 overlook this. When your hair starts to thin, the shape of your haircut becomes more important than the length. And yet, many women over 60 hold on to a one-length cut because it feels simple and safe. But here's the secret. One-length hair is the fastest way to lose volume, especially when the strands are finer than they used to be. What gives you instant fullness is a soft, strategic layering technique. Not choppy, not extreme, and definitely not the old-school feathered layers. The goal is to remove just enough weight so the hair can lift away from the scalp instead of collapsing into it. Here's how a good volumizing cut works. Light layers around the crown create a gentle push upward, the kind of lift styling products can never fully replace. A slightly shorter back and a soft, longer front help the hair stand up naturally and frame the face more gracefully. Ends that are softened, not blunt, help your hair look airy instead of heavy. Think of it like architecture. If the structure is right, the volume holds with almost no effort. A good hairstylist will understand how to customize this with your face shape. Round, long, square, or heart-shaped, and even with your hair's unique texture. But the message here is simple. Volume begins with the cut, not the product. If you've been feeling like your hair just lies flat, no matter what you do, a small adjustment in cut could give you the biggest immediate change. Tip 2. Your blow-dry technique matters more than your shampoo. And here's the surprising reason why. One thing many women don't realize is that when you have thinning hair after 60, the way you blow-dry your hair matters far more than the products you use. Shampoo gives you maybe 20% of the lift, but your blow-dry technique? That's where the real volume begins. I remember a period when I kept switching from one volumizing shampoo to another, hoping to magically get fuller hair again. But no matter what I tried, my hair still fell flat halfway through the day. Until one stylist looked at me and said, "Your hair doesn't need a new product, it needs a new direction." And that changed everything. With mature hair, especially hair that's finer and softer, how you direct the airflow makes all the difference in whether your hair collapses or rises with natural, lifted volume. Here are a few techniques that instantly help thinning hair look fuller. 1. Blow dry against the direction of growth. If you just blow dry downward, your hair will cling to your scalp. But when you flip your head upside down or lift sections at the root, the hair naturally stands away from the scalp. No mousse required. 2. Use the nozzle to control and concentrate the airflow. Most people skip the nozzle, but it's what gives your roots structure. It helps you get that combination of soft, smooth ends and lifted roots, which is the secret to elegant volume after 60. 3. When your hair is almost dry, lift and roll the sections with your fingers. This tiny step sets the lift in place, making your hair look twice as full, without heat rollers or strong products. The best part? This technique keeps your hair looking fuller even on non-wash days. It's not about working harder. It's about working with the way mature hair behaves. And if this surprised you, wait until you see what's next. Because not all volumizing products are created equal. Some make thinning hair look beautifully full, while others weigh it down instantly. So which products actually give women over 60 that soft, lifted volume, and which ones should you avoid? We'll uncover that in the next section. Tip 3. The volumizing products that actually work. When your hair starts to thin after 60, the right products can make a beautiful difference, but only if they're lightweight, clean, and designed for finer, softer hair. And here's something I learned not from a stylist, but from a friend. A close friend of mine, let's call her Linda, had always been loyal to her old routine. A thick conditioning cream, a heavy serum, and a styling balm she'd used for years. But as her hair became finer, those same products that once made her hair look smooth now made it look flat, almost oily within a few hours. One day she told me, half laughing, half frustrated, "I feel like my products are aging faster than I am." So we sat together and looked through her products, and it became clear what used to work for fuller, younger hair was now simply too heavy for thinning hair after 60. Once she switched to lighter, root-focused formulas, her hair completely changed. Not dramatic, not exaggerated, just softly fuller and beautifully lifted. Here's what truly works for mature hair. 1. Lightweight mousse, not the stiff 90s kind. Modern mousses are airy and flexible. They hold volume at the root without turning the hair crunchy. If you want lifted volume that still looks natural, this is one of the best tools you can have. 2. Root lifting spray. This is Linda's new holy grail. Just a few sprays at the roots give the hair a gentle push upward. Perfect for women who want fuller hair without heavy buildup. 3. Texture sprays for the mid-lengths. These add dimension without weight. Think of them as giving the hair grip so it doesn't flatten throughout the day. What is it that influences your hair's fullness before you even touch a brush? We're diving into that surprising secret next. Tip 4. The collar and neckline trick that makes your hair look thicker without changing your hair at all. This is the part most women never expect. Sometimes, it's not your hair that determines whether it looks full, it's what's around your hair. A few months ago, I was having coffee with a friend who mentioned, "My hair actually looked fuller yesterday, and I swear, I didn't do anything different." But she had done something different. She wore a soft V-neck top instead of her usual crew neck. That tiny change completely altered how her thinning hair after 60 framed her face. It wasn't the products, or the blow-dry, or even the cut. It was her neckline. As we get older, shorter or tighter necklines, like crew necks or high collars, can create a crowded look around the jawline. This makes fine or thinning hair appear flatter because everything sits visually on one horizontal line. But certain necklines open up the area around your face, creating a lifting effect that makes your hair look naturally fuller and more balanced. Here's how the visual trick works. V-necks and open collars create vertical space. This draws the eye upward and lengthens the neck area, which instantly makes lifted volume more noticeable, even if you did nothing to your hair. Soft lapels and draped collars frame the hair gently. They add movement around the shoulders, helping fine hair appear more dimensional and less collapsed. Avoid tight crew necks when your hair is already fallen flat. They pull all attention to the center of the face and make thinning hair look closer to the scalp. This isn't about changing your wardrobe. It's simply about choosing tops that support the appearance of fuller hair on days when your hair needs a little help. And what fascinates me is how quickly women notice the difference. I've had viewers message me saying, "I changed my neckline and suddenly my hair looked thicker." I was shocked, but there's still one more piece of the puzzle, maybe the most important one. Because even with the right cut, the right technique, the right products, and the right neckline, your hair still can't hold volume if your scalp isn't healthy enough to support it. So how do you create lasting, natural fullness starting from the scalp, not just the surface? That's exactly what we'll dive into next. Tip 5. The scalp routine that creates lasting volume, the tip most women skip. Even with the right haircut, styling technique, and volumizing products, there's one truth every woman with thinning hair after 60 eventually learns. If your scalp isn't supported, your hair simply can't hold volume. Mature hair starts at a mature scalp, and the changes here are often overlooked. After 60, the scalp produces less oil, circulation slows down, and buildup from products or dry shampoo can sit right at the roots, weighing everything down. One woman I spoke with recently told me, "I keep adding products for volume, but the more I added, the flatter my hair looked." When she finally tried a simple scalp reset, she said her hair felt lighter, almost like it could finally breathe again. Here are the routines that truly help fuller, natural, lasting volume return. 1. Gentle scalp exfoliation once a week. Not the harsh, gritty scrubs, just a mild exfoliating serum that lifts buildup and frees the follicles. When the roots aren't suffocated, the hair can rise with more lift. 2. A warm, slow scalp massage. Just 3 to 5 minutes. This boosts circulation, which is essential because thinning hair after 60 often comes from reduced blood flow to the follicles. Many women notice their hair feels lighter immediately after. 3. Lightweight, root-safe conditioners. Conditioners should never sit on the scalp. Apply them mid-length down to keep the roots buoyant. 4. Switch to shampoos that support scalp health, not just moisture. Look for phrases like root revival, volume supporting, or scalp balancing. A healthy scalp is the true foundation of lasting lifted volume. 5. Don't overwash, but don't underwash either. Too much washing strips essential oils. Too little washing leads to buildup that crushes the roots. Finding the sweet spot, usually every 2 to 3 days, makes a major difference. A healthy scalp isn't glamorous, but it's powerful. It's the quiet, steady foundation behind that soft, airy, fuller hair women want. And it's often the one step most people skip. And now that we've covered the best strategies for instant and long-term volume, there's something just as important to talk about. So before we wrap up, let's quickly revisit the 5 strategies that can help thinning hair after 60 look naturally fuller and beautifully lifted. Start with a volume-supporting haircut. A soft, structured shape does more for lifted volume than any product ever will. Use a smarter blow-dry technique. Directing the airflow the right way gives your hair instant height at the root. Choose lightweight, root-friendly volumizing products. The right formulas can add fullness without weighing mature hair down. Pay attention to necklines and collars. The right frame around your face can make your hair look thicker before you even style it. Make small, consistent adjustments instead of dramatic changes. Thinning hair doesn't need pressure. It needs thoughtful support. Every woman's hair tells a different story after 60. Some of us need a little more lift at the crown. Some need more movement around the face. And some simply need one small change to feel like themselves again. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these tips are you excited to try first? And what's the biggest challenge you're facing with your hair right now? Your experiences help shape future videos, and this community truly learns from one another. And as always, thank you for spending your time with me here on Glow After 60. Your beauty is evolving, expanding, and becoming more you every single day. If there's one thing I hope you take away from today's video, it's this. Your hair is still capable of softness, movement, and beautiful volume at any age. Thinning hair after 60 isn't a limitation. It's simply an invitation to care for your hair in a new, more intentional way. And you deserve that care. If today's tips helped you see your hair differently, even just a little, I'd love for you to stay connected. Hit the like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with a friend who might need a little encouragement with her hair too. And truly, I want to hear from you. What's one thing you wish you had known about your hair 10 years ago? Your stories inspire me, and they help other women feel seen and supported. Thank you for being here with me today, and for being part of this beautiful community. I'll see you in the next video, right here on Glow After 60, where confidence only grows deeper and your beauty keeps rising.